Okay, according to this, we're live now again.
Okay.
So
So can I go back? I'm going to go back to the bottle.
what's that? The second one, the 50s
Okay.
one?
So I've
Yeah.
got an
Oh,
I don't even know how to say this.
I don't know what that is.
Ichthyol. Um, you know what this makes me think of, and the reason that my husband got that for me is that I'm a big fan of a show called The Nick, which is about
Oh, yeah.
yeah. And I love old medicine bottles and old pharmacies. So this is like a beautiful,
Hmm.
old school, very, very old medicine bottle. Okay, the next thing I'm going to show you is okay, let's do the pink perfume bottle.
It's amazing.
Isn't that gorgeous? Look
Really.
at this.
You told a joke about feminism and pink or something.
Okay, yeah.
What?
So I picked this up in a little antique store in the Dales in England, in Derbyshire. And I just love the shape of it, this kind of
What's amazing?
spaceshipy UFO kind of vibe.
You mean Jetsons?
Yeah.
The Jetsons?
um, I spotted this in the store, and it was just a little older lady running this place by herself. And I said, "Oh, how much is that beautiful pink perfume bottle?"
Yeah.
And she told me the price, and I was okay with it. I said, "I'll take it." I said, "It's so pretty. I love pink." I got really excited. And she goes, "Yeah, it's a good color, isn't it? But we can't like pink anymore because of all the bloody feminists."
Yeah.
So that,
They're quite a,
it was clear to me she didn't know who she was talking to. So, apparently we can't like pink because of the bloody feminists. So, next thing I'm going to show you, since we're talking about
well, it's
aesthetics, and
starting
we were
to
talking
get
earlier about aesthetics and, surrounding ourselves with beautiful things. I'm really into home decorating and decor. You wouldn't guess it from the wall behind me, but believe me, I am. Um, I used to have a huge collection of decorating books, which I had to leave most of, had to get rid of most of them before I moved to Europe. And this is the one that I've kept through my
oh,
entire adult life. It is the Better Homes and Gardens decorating book. It's very mid-century. It's
it
in
is.
excellent, it's in really good condition.
Oh my, look at that.
Look at that.
50s.
Yeah. It's Mad Men era.
It is. Well, yeah, that's wow.
Dollar savers, when a dollar actually meant something.
Wow.
Um, isn't that amazing? And to be honest with you, because this is my favorite style of home decor, this book is always going to do me right. And I have found that there's nothing new. There's nothing much new in the world of interior decorating
Sure.
that this book doesn't fully cover.
Wow.
So that's
Yeah, if I had known you were gonna bring that, I would have brought Terence Conran's house book. I have a first
ooh.
edition of that from the 70s, but I didn't
You
think
can bring that next time if you have it.
I do.
Okay.
I did.
Next item up,
Amazing.
I've got two old French. So this is the first one. This is the larger one. This is a French coffee bowl, which I got this at the Marché aux Puces here, and it's 1930s. Very, very good condition. A lot of people, when we watch the old French films that we're talking about,
Yeah.
you will often see them, drinking from this type of bowl and dunking their baguette in it. These are actually out of fashion now and have been for a very long time. The French prefer to drink their coffee out of a mug or a cup with a handle. Yeah, great. Yeah. So, these are kind of old school now. And it's
Yeah.
funny when I have friends come to visit Paris, they ask me, they're
Why are you
kind of
doing
just they're disappointed, first of all, that there's no breakfast restaurant culture here because the French eat breakfast at home.
that? Right.
The handful of French, the handful of breakfast restaurants here are actually like American or Australian. They're geared towards an Anglophone crowd. So if
Right.
you want to drink coffee from one of these, you have to go somewhere like Le Pain Quotidien, which is chain, which is, I think it's an American chain.
Yes.
But yeah, so I've got this one, then I've got this smaller one this one's 1920s. It's smaller. It's much more fragile. Like I was almost afraid to take it out of the cabinet, but this one was quite a bit more expensive than the 1930s one. So that's my other. Okay, so that's the two French things. I'm saving the best thing for last. This photo is the second to last thing I'm going to show you. I picked this up recently at Spitalfields Market in London.
Okay.
So the date on the back of this Polaroid is 1990, but look at the interior.
Yeah, it's not.
And you wouldn't think it, right? You would think that this picture was taken maybe in the 50s, or of course they didn't have Polaroids back then, but you can see, people really people decide on an aesthetic early on, and they really stick with it.
So doesn't that still look like a David Lynch?
Isn't it great? That was kind of what drew me to it. It felt like this picture was telling me a story.
Yeah.
And I just thought how fascinating, because you see this a lot, that this is something you notice in Pearl as well, that people kind of pick their aesthetic very early in life, and they get stuck in a time period, and they kind of don't move on from it. Because look at these, this furniture, that TV, the drapes, everything just looks 50s, but this picture was taken in 1990, and that fascinated me.
So that is that philosophic question. So that's what in the beginning of the part one, I was talking about following your preferences. So that's what people do anyhow. So
right.
Getting stuck in a style is basically their values, their preferences.
Yeah, exactly. And I think people kind of, want to create a kind of time machine inside their living space. So I'm saving the best for last. This little lady has been with me for decades, and she's a little nudie doll.
Okay. There you go.
Late 60s, I believe.
You think so? 68, 69, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be late 60s. Oh, her hair is a little bit mussed at the back here. But isn't she beautiful?
It's beautiful, yeah. And that's from another era, right? That would be.
Yeah, this is late 60s. I've had this since I was a teenager. I acquired this a long time ago, and she's in pretty good condition, actually. I hope that doesn't get you banned from YouTube.
I don't know what the rules are. Do you? You would know.
No, I think it's fine. It's a doll. It's a freaking doll. I mean, should I put some electrical tape over her nipples, or?
I don't know. I did show you. I mean, if you're going to show that, I'm going to show you this. So.
Oh wow! Yes, I remember that. I remember that issue. Yeah.
Oh, do you have this issue?
That issue
with John Travolta?
Yeah.
John Travolta's the interview. I thought that would.
Wow.
Going back to the past, right?
The 70s.
Yeah.
All right. I am ready for the musical outro.
Right. I don't know how it's going to work. Well, this is supposed to be you.
Me?
Right? Yeah.
What, I'm supposed to sing?
No. What I mean is that this is you in music.
Oh, you're doing me in music. Okay. I expect this to be
so I have to get warmed up and kind of.
I expect this to be pretty dissonant and chaotic.
All right. That's
Oh my gosh.
that's true. What do you think about
That
that?
was wonderful. I am going to
I
extract
haven't warmed
the
up yet.
audio. I'm going to extract the audio of that and use it as my ringtone. That was wonderful, Mitch. Thank you.
Too much Paris in it. Maybe I thought it was appropriate.
I feel really honored. Like you're a great, masterful musician. I am a fan, as you know. I am a fan. I am a Mitch Hampton fan. So to have me rendered in piano by Mitch Hampton is like a highlight of life.
Okay, well, I'm
Thank
glad
you so much.
I want to thank you for bringing a little politics to our show. It's unusual.
Yeah, I'll try not to do so much in the future.
Well, you said this is urgent, and I guess it always is urgent.
Well, I also think that I think that we can't not talk about it from time to time, but I would like this to be the last time that we have to talk about these things and kind of stick to more, there's more interesting things to talk about.
Well, in the spirit of the holidays, the holidays are about dealing with other people, right, and how we relate to each other. And so that's actually the definition of politics, right, is relation, person to person, and how how people treat one another. That's actually the theme of actually this season. So it may be more.
Yeah, and I hope that we all, I hope that.
Yeah,
I'm not an optimist, but I do hope that that the people who are hypnotized somehow by evil right now will find their way back to the light. That's all I can say. So, Mitch, it's been a great time. I've really had a good time hanging out with you.
Another stream, and I'll look at these technical things. We had a little, I don't know if it's StreamYard or one of the things.
It could have been my VPN on my end.
Okay.
It seems that when I cut it off, it went. Got a little better. So next time I'll kind of like I'll just cut the VPN as soon as I sign on.
But yet you want to have it, right? It's important for.
I'm going to turn it right back on as soon as we cut the call.
Should I use a different platform that I don't know? I don't really know.
No. It's fine. I can just turn the VPN off for live streams. Thank you for inviting me, Mitch. I feel really honored because you're, I don't tend to think of myself as anybody particularly special or important or accomplished. And the people that you usually have on your show are, people like Ellen Burstyn. I feel pretty honored.
Well,
Thank you.
I think you're important for our show, and I do mean that. So
I am happy to be your France correspondent.
What do we say? Our Lady in Paris? Is that what we say? Or
you could say that, but I'm no lady. So
well, I'm just thinking of the Dexter Gordon You know the Dexter Gordon album?
Yeah. Right.
That's a jazz reference. Sorry. All right, thank you.
I'm the broad in Paris.
Our broad in Paris. Happy
yeah, I'll be the broad in Paris.
Yes.
See you, Mitch.
Bye-bye.
Au revoir, à bientôt.
Mhm.